With us on set is Matt Silver, and he is with Ultimate Class Limousine and Grand Transportation worldwide. And I love the worldwide part. But Matt, you weren't always worldwide. How did your business start?
It actually started in the basement of my house in 1986. And I would use the back door for clients to come in, mostly brides and grooms. And they'd come down through my kitchen into my basement. And I did that for the first year and a half I was in business. And then I grew and grew, and I couldn't keep the business in the house anymore, so I had to take industrial space, which I did close by.
Now, when you first started out, and you said 1986, how were you advertising back then? Were you just like, you know, meeting people on the street or something? Because networking wasn't as big as it is now. So how were you getting the word out for yourself?
There was no networking. I was advertising. What I was doing was I was also in the trucking business. So I was utilizing some of my trucking clients, changing them into limo clients also, and then I was advertising in church bulletins, words of mouth, and I was advertising in some areas where it was affordable, because I didn't want to put a lot of money in the beginning into advertising, but word spread quickly, and that's how I had my rapid growth.
Now, were you afraid to start your own business, or was there one day that you just had enough and you said, I'm doing this no matter what?
I started my business while I was still working in the trucking industry, so it was really an opportunity if I did fail, which I didn't think I would, because I've always had an entrepreneurial spirit, that I did have a full-time job in the beginning. And then eventually I had to leave the trucking industry because the limousine business became full-time, and never looked back.
Because you were driving people, I guess, during your lunch hour? You'd be like, wait, I'll be right back. I have to pick up a couple in the limo?
No, I would give some of the work to companies I had driven for when I worked as a chauffeur, and then I hired a driver when I got my first car. I was in business for 4 months before I had a car.
Wow.
And this way I built up clientele so that I could afford the insurance and the car payment.
Now, do you help other young entrepreneurs? I know you do a lot of mentoring and things like that. So do you like reach out to them and kind of help them set up their businesses?
Absolutely. In the limousine industry, I'm very helpful. I'm the vice president of the Long Island Limousine Association. And whenever there's a new member, a potential new member, I sit with them, I talk to them, I give them advice and suggestions, because sometimes people just want to spend all their money on one thing, and that's just not the way to go. You need to really conserve and to be successful. And
you have a beautiful fleet now of cars. Right? Let's just take a look at what you have here. Tell us a little bit about these limos. What are they?
Well, we have a 45-passenger limo bus, which is totally equipped with everything you can imagine. It's a nightclub on wheels. We also have a karaoke machine in there, and of course a bathroom. And there is an exercise pole if somebody would like that. It's also removable. Then we have a 36-passenger bus, which is brand new. And that's totally loaded also and has a bathroom. We have 2014 white and black limousines, the MKT stretch, and they're absolutely stunning, and they're a beautiful ride. And then we have a fleet of Lincoln limousines, and we have sedans, we have vans, and we have SUVs. So we kind of cover the gamut with all the different vehicles.
Very, very nice. And sometimes even if somebody wanted a specialty car, you have strategic alliances with other types of, you know, cars on the island, right?
Absolutely.
I know that sometimes you can get antique cars. You basically could deliver almost any car somebody asked for.
Anything at all, I can do it, whether I have to reach out to New Jersey or Connecticut to bring it down. We've done that in the past, and we'll continue to do that. If someone wants a coach bus, we can get a coach bus for them. If they want a stretch Maserati, we can do a stretch Maserati. So whatever someone dreams up, we can fulfill those dreams.
Now, for a consumer, what's the most important thing that a consumer should know when they're calling a limo company and they're trying to reserve a car? You know,
well, they should first find out if they're licensed
okay.
In their government area. If you're in Nassau County, there's a Nassau Taxi and Limousine Commission, and they also cover part of Suffolk, and Suffolk County starting up a Taxi and Limousine Commission now also to generate revenue. And you need to find out if they carry proper insurance, they have livery insurance, they have regular insurance. They're not really, a lot of people advertise in the penny saver, and they have a Lincoln Town car they keep in their house and not really properly insured or licensed. You want to stay away from that, because God forbid something happens, there's not enough insurance to cover any injuries.
Okay. So they have to have the proper type of insurance. So that's one of the most important things. So go to Ultimate because you've got great cars, but then also make sure that if somebody wasn't able to license you, let's say, because my show is also seen worldwide, that they should always use licensed companies.
Licensed and properly insured.
Okay.
And if you're really going to be using a company on a regular basis, they should have no issue with giving you some references.
Excellent.
And we have some of the biggest corporations on Long Island as references.
Now, before we wrap up about the limo company, I wanted to talk to you about all the philanthropic work that you do here on Long Island. So one of the things is Fight for Charity. How did that start?
Fight for Charity started, we were in a post meeting for an arthritis foundation event, and one of the co-founders, Jeff Cohn, was talking about his latest endeavor, which was white collar boxing. And then Jamie Austin, my other co-founder, said, "Oh, I could box Matt and I'd beat him." With that, I stood up and started chasing him around the room, and that's how the Fight for Charity was born. And it's become one of the most anticipated events on Long Island.
And this year, you had a new MC. You had Sal Farrow MCing.
Did an amazing job. Sal boxed last year, was supposed to box this year, unfortunately got injured and couldn't box, but did an amazing job as MC. And
it's always well attended. You've got restaurants from all over the place. You know, it's fantastic what you guys have put together. It's really important. It's a great fundraiser, too. You guys raised a lot of money.
Yes, we raised over $1 million.
Congratulations.
Right here on Long Island. All the money stays here on Long Island.
That's really fantastic. Any other favorite charities you want to give a shout out to?
Well, I sit on the board of the Arthritis Foundation of Long Island. They're wonderful people. They work very hard. I sit on several boards. I'm involved with the Cradle of Aviation, which is a beautiful, beautiful place, and everyone should visit it. And I also sit on the board of St. Joseph's Hospital in Bethpage, which is a place that's been reborn and doing really well.
It's excellent. And you're a wonderful networker. I know what you really do is what I do, and you try to paint with people. You try to put like-minded businesses together. So thank you very much for being here. We're so glad to see you, as always. So you want to come
Donna.
back?
I'll be back.
Okay, and I want to take a ride in one of your vehicles. I don't know which one. The party bus, maybe. The party bus, live it up on tour kind of thing.
We'll wrap the bus.
We'll wrap the bus. Okay, let's see that Live It Up bus. We're going to be wrapping it. You might have to help us put the wrapping around. Thanks for watching Live It Up. Stay tuned for more because there's always more.